thing that I always tell agents that they have to start working on when they start out is they want to make sure they get comfortable having a conversation that they really haven't been having before, that wasn't necessarily comfortable before. And I think any industry, you're going to deal with conversations that are not something that you're looking forward to necessarily. The plumber, when he's like, man, this is going to be very expensive, and I know that this lady's on a fixed income, and I'm going to have to tell her that this needs to be repaired, and it's going to be a big bill, and maybe she's going to want to do some of it, maybe she's going to want to try to shop around, and I'm just a plumber as an example, of something that we're always going to need. This person, I'm going to have an uncomfortable conversation with them. And it may not be something I've ever done before or that I'm used to. So I just wanted to relay the fact that there's a script with words on it that you want to say out loud and get comfortable using, and maybe even, to a family member, regardless of, and hey, look, if they say things to you that are on the contrary, which go against, what you believe or think or are trying to do, don't let that bring you down or keep you from continuing to push forward, because no matter what you start or what you do, it's going to be that way. No matter what no matter what you're doing, there's just going to be uncomfortable situations and things. There was a show that came out on HBO called The Pit, and it has to do with an emergency room at a hospital, and talk about uncomfortable situations. Not only do these doctors have to go through trauma of losing lives, people losing a limb or an arm or the use of a body part, and being, mentally, physically just harmed through life. And then they have to see that all day, every day. There's not a day that goes by where somebody's not coming in. There's some blood, there's an injury. And these people have to then be able to talk to the family members of those people on top of that. So that could be really uncomfortable, even 20 years in, having to tell a father that his daughter, has a heart failure or cancer or something like that. Those things are going to be uncomfortable. But I guarantee you that the first month, 2, 3 months, 6 months, that was probably even way more overwhelming, and some people quit because they couldn't handle that and they just couldn't make it. So it's going to be difficult no matter where you are or what you're doing. You just have to choose the level of difficulty and look at the goal down the road of where you want to arrive. Everybody starts out in the same position at some point, but they just kind of get comfortable and get familiar with what it is. And so the more that you can have that conversation, the more that you can have that understanding of the way people react to certain things that are said, how you say it, when you say it, why you say it, and the really difficult, the way to do that quickly. And the difficult thing about it is you could listen to your own call. You could do a Google Meet for free on your Gmail account, and you could talk to your mom. Hey, mom, can I practice? Hey, dad, can I practice? Hey, auntie, uncle, cousin, brother, sister, in-law, get somebody on there. Hey, look, I got started a new job. It's really cool. I get to work from home. I really need your help. Can I practice? Just having a conversation with you about what we're supposed to be doing. And please let's make it as real as we can. Hey, at the end of it, if you feel like you need a policy, cool. If you don't, that's okay. Don't worry. My expectation is not to sell you a policy, but if you do need one, you would help me, but that's not really why I'm doing this. And then give them your spiel, your pitch, your, practice having that conversation. That's really one of the best things I can give you to start off as a way to get more comfortable, to just dive in and get going and stop getting ready to get ready. That's the biggest problem that people have, I think, in anything, but particularly in this, because no one's got a gun to your head. No one's going to fire you if you don't show up if you show up at 9:05 3 days in a row. No one's going to fire you. Could hurt the way that you're viewed or how much attention they're going to give you because you're not showing up on time. But it's your decision to show up on time because you're a 1099 independent contractor. So this is the number one way to start. So start practicing, start having conversations with people that that you trust, that you like, And hey, even and especially because they know you, it also is uncomfortable. So it's good. I mean, practice on somebody you know, because that's sometimes even more uncomfortable than somebody that you don't know. It's probably easier to actually practice on somebody you don't know, but that can be a little bit more expensive. All right. So to use this, let me know how it works. Give me some feedback. Talk to you soon.